Hello, this is David William Weissner, and this is another episode of David Speaks. Today on David Speaks, we're going to talk about hell. Hell is something that people have been talking about for thousands of years, and it doesn't exist. Why do people believe it? Well, it's in the Bible, it's in other articles, later articles, mostly from it exists in small segments in different religions. I've talked to different rabbis. One rabbi said there is a hell, but it's not permanent. A Catholic priest might tell you hell is eternal. Everyone's got their own opinion, but here's my opinion: there is no hell ever. God is not that kind of man. He wouldn't put any of his children into some kind of permanent fire to burn for all eternity. No matter what they did, there's forgiveness of sins, and there also is karma. And karma can be hell on earth, okay? And it really can. I've been through hell on earth. I was in a place called Rikers Island for 1 year for doing very little. It was really my mother's way of trying to put me into a place to get better, into a psychiatric hospital when I had bipolar disorder. I still have it. I'm on medication and I'm stable now. But so I was in a place called Rikers Island that was so horrible. A place where I was beaten up by guards, one guard, while I was molested by another guard, while I had a fight with other inmates, okay? And these things just go on. And I've seen people killed there, I've seen people stabbed there, and robbed, lots of fights. And to me, that place was hell. But why was I there? It could have been just an accident. The judge hated me. We knew that. We hired a lawyer. My family hired a lawyer to get me out of there. And they said, this judge, he's crazy. He just doesn't care. He don't like your son. He wants him in there. I was never charged with it. I was charged with some things, breaking a restraining order in my mother's house, okay? My mother did that to try and get me into a psych ward. Now, you might say, why should we listen to you, David? You were in a psych ward, you were in jail, you're on medication, you're bipolar, maybe you're just crazy. Well, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Because reputation and stigma are a big part of all of this. And I'm trying to fight against this and lots of stigmas. And hell is kind of a weird stigma too. Because people actually feel guilty for things they do and think they're going to go to some hell. And let me tell you something. God would never do that to you. Okay? But what's in place is karma. It's 3-1. So if you do something bad, and I mean bad, like, I don't know, like punch your neighbor in the nose for using your hose or whatever it is. And listen, karma is a bitch, for real. But there's no hell. Okay? I've been in some bad situations. Maybe I was in Rikers Island because of my karma. I don't know. When I was young, I was kind of wild. I stole a lot of things. I don't even know why. I came from a middle class family. I had an allowance, but I would steal things, just like mostly books from B. Dalton in the mall, in the Staten Island Mall. I would steal books. I would steal. I stole an amplifier from my car. I don't know why. I just, sometimes people take a long time before they coalesce as a really good person. I wanted to be a good person, but I was wild, and I just wanted these things. I had no kind of I don't know, impetus to stop. You know, so maybe that's why I was in Rikers Island. Maybe it was just my karma coming back to me. It was a terrible place. Um, why do we think about hell? Because it's a perverse feeling that's been put into us by religion. There is no hell, okay? And don't be scared of it. A lot of people are afraid of a lot of weird things in the Bible, a lot of sexual things. I actually was part of a church, Church of Christ, about 25 years ago, just because they said, you want to study the Bible with us? I was like, sure. I love studying all religions. I'll study the Bible with you. So I was involved in this church for like a few months, Church of Christ, and there was a man there, a man in his 20s, who wasn't allowed to watch TV or be alone because it said he masturbated and he couldn't stop. And it says not to masturbate in the Bible, it's a sin, it'll make you go to hell. So this poor young man was actually being watched by other members of the church, like in shifts, and even to watch TV because he was so horny. He just wanted to masturbate like a normal person. Almost everybody masturbates. It's part of it's just part of life, part of being a human being. And it's crazy. He thought he couldn't, and a lot of people do think they can't either. I don't know Buddhist monks. I don't know what they do. Christian Catholic monks, um, priests. They take this order of celibacy, which is not natural. I mean, if somebody wants to be celibate for a while, that is their right. But it certainly isn't the most healthy thing for the body. The body needs relief, especially in men. The prostate works better when it's used. Okay, um, and that's and it's other sexual things that people think are deviant, things like homosexuality and lesbianism. Um, I don't know how much about that is in the Bible. They bring it back to the Bible. They say, well, there's no Adam and Eve. There's no Adam and Steve. There's Adam and Eve, which is just nonsense altogether. Things like homosexuality are fine. Masturbation is fine. Um, Sex without marriage is fine. These things are just normal. You don't need to state to mandate if you can have sex with someone or not. Just have sex, okay, and enjoy it. It was made to be. God made sex for us to enjoy each other in love and pleasure. And don't worry about going to hell. You're not going to go to hell. Just try to be a good person. People, you know what being good is. You know what being bad is. Just do unto others as you would have done unto you. It's so simple. It is so simple. Just be a good person. No one's going to hell. Okay, the earth can be heaven or hell depending on accidents, or people put their evil upon you, or because you deserve it. And then that is what we call um, reciprocal karma. And try not to be so hard on yourself. God understands you. This is a very hard school. I like to call this the little earth school. Okay, and here's where God has put us to learn things, to learn how to be good people, to learn how to be kind people, to learn how to be forgiving people, to learn how to be loving people. And more than anything, we need to remember we're one family under God, the Father. So don't be so hard on yourself and other people. Don't be. The word of the Bible is not the absolute word of God. None of these things are. Not anybody's Bible. That's just nonsense. These things have been taken down for centuries and centuries. They've changed. People have put their own mania, sense, craziness into these things, and it's just nonsense. And it should be common sense what you can do. Don't think you can't masturbate or spill your seed, as it says in the Bible. That's nonsense. And that's such a hard thing not to do. Don't do that to yourself. Your body's made to do that. It's a beautiful thing. Okay? And sex before marriage is fine if you're two consenting people. Okay? There's no hell. Okay? There's only heaven. After people die, doesn't matter what race they're from, if they're black, they're white, they're Chinese, they're Japanese, they're Indian. It doesn't matter what race they're from. It doesn't matter what religion they're from. It doesn't matter anything they believe. They only go to one place when they die, and that's heaven. And that's where the angels live. And that's where all the spirits live. And then eventually they come back down and they reincarnate and they live another life and they bring their karma with them. And the karma is expressed and they try to learn and love through the lessons that the earth has to give. And that's all it is. That's the cycle. And you keep coming back. You keep coming back from heaven until you free yourself from what's called the karmic wheel. And the karmic wheel is something that we all need to get free of. Because once we get free of that, that's it. Then we just live in heaven forever. And heaven forever is where you want to be. It's nothing but beautiful. It's no pain. It's no death. It's just you being there forever. And I wish you all well. I hope you all get there. And I hope I get there too. All right, that's about it for tonight. Have a beautiful night. Take it easy. Bye.